A new episode of Skibidi Toilet has been released. It is filled with events and details. I even believe it to be the best episode of all time. But let's talk about everything in order. By the way, subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. Also, if this video reaches 50 likes, we will immediately start creating a new video. The episode begins with a showcase of the city. In the previous 46 episodes, we were in the suburbs. As it is evident, the city is completely destroyed, fulfilling one of my earliest theories that battles between skeptics and agents would lead to the city's destruction. Only ruins remain, with just the coastal area visible. Since we can see a ship in water, it is unclear what is happening in the city center. We are shown Radio Man Titan flying, who, as we remember from previous episodes, is fleeing from Cinema Man. Immediately after, Cinema Man teleports to him and says something that can be translated as an offensive trap. Our old acquaintance, G-Man, now called G-Toilet, flies towards him. From the description in the video, it becomes clear that Cinema Man confronts G-Toilet. At first, I thought it was strange that he didn't need special glasses to counter hypnosis. But then I realized that he doesn't really need them, as Cinema Man can shatter them with his sound wave, shoot lasers, and aim at the Titan's core. They use red light and sound as a combination in a column for hypnosis. At that moment, a new mutant flies in from behind Cinema Man, who bears a striking resemblance to the Skibidi dancer from the previous episode. Apparently, they were specifically created to counter Cinema Man, as their ears are plugged and eyes closed. The mutant cuts the columns with its saws, and Cinema Man says, "You are so bad." Then he catches the mutant and destroys it. But G-Toilet waits for Cinema Man to turn his back and destroys his rocket, and the protection for the core falls on its own. G-Toilet begins destroying the core while Cinnamon uses his new ability, let's call it Hook. He pulls G-Toilet towards himself and starts hypnosis. But then Radio Man Titan flies in from behind and thrusts a knife into TV Man himself, so the hypnosis doesn't work, and they start fighting from a distance. On the horizon, a mutant appears, but not an ordinary one, rather quite tall. And as one of my subscribers, who wears a welding mask, noticed, in my opinion, he shouldn't have attacked him along with the others, but should have done something else. What exactly? I'll tell you later. By the way, if you want to find out the details, I recommend subscribing to my channel. Skibidi Parasite flies from above and falls on Cinema Man, but he manages to teleport. It became clear to me that Skibidi Scientist prepared this ambush, since the same thing was attempted in the previous episode. But the parasites fell from a tall building after a failure. He was clearly upset there because he had to take such risks and even lose some of his parts. He flies because he probably has an approximate idea of where Cinema Man is. I'll attach this theory to the fact that the parasite flies away. Apparently, the main task the scientists set was not to destroy, but to capture Cinema Man, who is the strongest character in Skibidi Toilet. At the end, our cameraman finds G-Toilet and destroys him. But the most interesting part happens at the very end when the character who has been observing the events of the last two episodes finds the cameraman, and they do something together. And based on the points, it becomes clear that it is indeed the character to fuck. Now, as for what that Skibidi soldier with the welding helmet wanted to do, I noticed 4 devices. I think they are soldering tools, specifically for welding. He was probably supposed to control Skibidi Parasite since the armor was destroyed, but it is very useful and transforms for an infected Cinema Man. And that's all. A couple of my theories from the previous episodes have come true. If you want a continuation, hit the like button and leave comments.